Martell Holt has officially pleaded guilty to harassment of Melody Shari, and the story around this whole situation is both shocking and frustrating at the same time. This case has been going on for a while, and fans have been watching closely because it shows us what Melody has been dealing with behind the scenes ever since her divorce from Martell. For years, people have seen them battle it out on television, in interviews, and across social media, but now we are looking at a legal case. That shows how serious things have become. This is no longer just petty drama or arguments. This is a man legally admitting guilt to harassment, and it brings to light how many times Melody has spoken about being stalked, followed, and antagonized. Even when she's trying to move on with her life after leaving court, Melody shared her truth about what happened. She revealed that Martell was still showing up, still hovering around her, still finding ways to antagonize her, and that makes it clear why she has been speaking out. She said that when she left court, she had an interaction with Martell and those around him, and it left her feeling unprotected. Even though he had just pleaded guilty to harassment, he still found a way to show up in her space and try to intimidate her. Melody explained that she recorded the interaction and even took that video back into the courtroom to the state attorney, showing them exactly what happened. But when she tried to get protection, she was told there wasn't much they could do because they didn't see a direct threat in the video. Imagine going through something like that, knowing you are being stalked, harassed, and followed, but being told that it doesn't count as a threat until something worse happens. Melody said she will continue to document everything, not just for herself but also for women who may not have the resources that she has. She's aware that she has the ability to hire security if she wants to, but she made a very strong point. Not every woman can afford that. Not every woman has the money or the resources to protect themselves from harassment or narcissistic abuse. Many women face this same issue, and they don't have the platform or support to call it out. Melody is making sure that she not only protects herself but also shines a light on a system that often fails women until it's too late. One thing that stood out was when Melody spoke about how these situations are often not taken seriously by the court system. She explained how women can go through years of harassment, abuse, and manipulation but still be told there isn't enough evidence for a real charge. She even said that she sometimes feels like the system is set up to protect the men who behave this way rather than the women who are suffering from it. This is a point that a lot of people agreed with online, because we've seen countless stories of women reporting harassment or stalking. Defend Martell. There are always comments saying things like, "He just wants to see his kids," or "She's the one keeping up the drama," but that ignores the bigger picture. Martell has already been found guilty of harassment. This isn't just about co-parenting or wanting to see his children. This is about control, intimidation, and power. Melody has never tried to hide her struggles. She's been open about what's happening, even when people told her not to share. That openness is what protects her now, because the world can see what's really going on. It's also worth pointing out how Melody's success seems to trigger Martell. She has built businesses, expanded her brand, and moved forward in life, while he seems stuck in the same cycle of chaos. For someone like Martell, who once had the image of a successful husband and father on television, losing that control and seeing Melody thrive without him must be hard to handle. Instead of growing and moving on, he chooses to harass, stalk, and try to break her down. But what's clear from all of this is that Melody will not be broken. She's stronger, smarter, and more determined than ever to protect her peace. Another layer to this story is how Arian continues to play a role in the drama. For over a decade, she's been linked to Martell, but what has it really gotten her? They're not married, they're not building a strong life together, and yet she continues to show up whenever Melody is involved. Many people believe that she's being used as a pawn in Martell's battle against Melody. Instead of creating her own identity outside of this situation, she's allowing herself to be dragged into court appearances, harassment cases, and online drama. That's why people say her entire life revolves around Melody, because at the end of the day, everything she does still connects back to the woman she claims to have replaced. Melody also made an important point about how narcissists operate. They often try to push you into reacting so that they can use your reaction against you. Martell and Arian showing up at court, making comments, and trying to get under Melody's skin was all about that. They want her to snap, to lash out, so they can then run back to the court and say, "See, she's the problem." Melody has been smart enough not to give them that satisfaction. She avoids interaction, documents everything, and continues to carry herself with grace. That's what sets her apart from them. Only for nothing to be done until tragedy happens. Melody doesn't want that to be her story, which is why she continues to document, share, and speak up. The sad part about all of this is how long it has been going on. Melody and Martell have been divorced for 5 years, yet here we are, still talking about harassment, stalking, and toxic behavior. Even after admitting guilt in court, Martell is still showing up, still following her, still making things hard for her. That tells us a lot about how deep this goes and why Melody has said multiple times that narcissists never stop. They keep trying to pull you back in, keep trying to control you, and keep trying to break your peace. That's why she's been so open about keeping records, creating a paper trail, and making sure there's no way her story can be ignored. Fans noticed that Martell wasn't alone either. He had people around him, including Arian, who has been tied to him for years. Melody pointed out how Arian was there too, sitting in the car, smiling, making little comments, and basically helping him in this harassment. The idea that another woman would involve herself in this kind of behavior is shocking to many people. Instead of moving on and focusing on her own life, Arian seems to have centered her life around Melody, constantly being present whenever drama between Martell and Melody happens. Melody and others have said it clearly: how can you claim to have, a man if all your energy still revolves around the woman he lost? That's not a victory, that's obsession. This entire situation shows the strange dynamic between Martell, Arian, and Melody. It's been more than 10 years since the affair first became public, and yet the same storyline continues. Martell can't let go of Melody, Arian can't stop inserting herself, and Melody is just trying to live her life in peace, but the harassment won't stop. Which is why this guilty plea is so important. It confirms what Melody has been saying all along. It proves that she hasn't just been keeping up drama, as some people like to say. She's been harassed, stalked, and pushed to the point where she had to involve the courts, and now, the truth is out there. Melody also shared how she feels unprotected by the system. She said that even though she has resources, she still faces obstacles when trying to get justice. The courts, according to her, don't take these things seriously enough. That's a major issue, because if someone with Melody's money, fame, and platform still struggles to be heard, imagine what regular women go through every day. This is why she said she wants more good people in the justice system, not just more women, but people who are fair, protective, and willing to take harassment seriously. Too often, women are told to just deal with it until it escalates. Melody refuses to stay silent. And that's powerful. What makes this worse is how some people online still. This entire case has also opened a wider conversation about the justice system. Many women online have shared their own stories of dealing with harassment, stalking, and narcissistic abuse, only to be ignored by the courts. They said Melody's story feels familiar because they've lived it too. That's why it's so important that she keeps sharing her experience. It's not just about her anymore, it's about raising awareness for every woman who has been told that her safety isn't a priority until something tragic happens. Even though this situation is frustrating, one thing is clear. Melody is not backing down. She's not going to be silenced, and she's not going to stop fighting for her peace. Martell may have pleaded guilty, but his behavior shows that he still hasn't changed, and Arian's presence shows that she's still choosing chaos over peace. But Melody has proven time and time again that she's stronger than their games. She continues to grow, continues to succeed, and continues to show the world what resilience looks like. At this point, it's been more than a decade of chaos, and Melody has finally reached a place where she can speak her truth without fear. The guilty plea confirms what she's been saying all along. She has been harassed, she has been stalked, she has been pushed and provoked, but despite all of that, she's still standing strong. That's something that Martell and anyone aligned with him can never take away. The story isn't just about gossip or drama anymore, it's about survival, strength, and truth. Melody has turned her pain into power by speaking out and refusing to be silent, and even though the courts may be slow to act, she has built a record, a trail, and a voice that will protect her no matter what. Martell may keep trying, Arian may keep showing up, but Melody has already won by refusing to give up her peace.